Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Paula and today we're gonna discuss my most used bags this summer. I decided to keep track during my 1 month summer vacation this year on which bags I actually used during that time period that I was off from work. And I truly kept track because I'm so old-fashioned. So I basically took a paper, started writing down names of the bags that I wore and how many times. And for 1 month, it was doable. But probably if it would have been for a longer time period, I would have needed to go a bit more digital. In total, I will show you 7 bags that made it to this list of bags I wore during my summer vacation. I will also tell you what I did during that time, so maybe it kind of makes sense on why I used these. In addition to these 7 bags, I did use my Louis Vuitton Keep All as well as my Goyard St. Louis tote, but those were for like traveling. So I haven't included them here and I haven't kind of counted them. For the Goyard tote, for instance, I could have used in some other instance as well, but I didn't. So this is purely like on handbag level. The way I counted the bags of like how many times I wore it and such is basically this, and I'm hoping I'm able to explain this the way that it is in my mind. So if I wore multiple bags during one day, I counted them as one wear per bag. So in the morning, if I wore a beach bag and then in the afternoon I wore a smaller handbag, that would be one wear per bag. If I would have switched during the day, so that in the morning bag A, lunch bag B, and evening bag A, I would have still counted the bag A as one. So kind of inside that one day, it got one wear, if this makes any sense. And I think we should just go. We'll just start with our vacation to Spain. I made a pack with me video where we majorly talked about bags. And the funny thing is that I probably talked about bags on that video and half of them I didn't end up bringing with us. Oh well. But the bag I wore only once during this vacation period is my Dior 30 Montaigne bag in this gray color with gold hardware. I was planning on taking this with us to Spain, but I actually ended up not taking it. If I would have taken it with us, it would have probably gotten a bit more wear during this summer vacation. But as it was at home during that time and during our other vacation activities as well, I did not take this with us when we left to our 2 cottages or to our road trip. This was at home. So basically I wore this once during a weekend that we actually wore at home, doing laundry and packing up again for the next destination. So yeah, on the 4th is that Dior bag with one wear. These 3 are my 3rd most used bags during my summer vacation, with 4 wears per bag each. So let's just start with one by one. This is my vintage Chanel flap bag, which I actually ended up taking with me to our trip to Spain. And I wore it there a few times, I would say 3 times, actually, if I'm truly counting. On the day we traveled there, on the day we switched locations to Barcelona and wore this in Barcelona, and then the day we flew back. So this was my handbag. And the reasons were because the chain of the bag is not easily, like, you can't really cut it that easily. It's not easy to get inside the bag, and then it kind of I can carry it very close to me. So I think this is a beautiful bag for that. I know that some people are very self-conscious of bringing their expensive, attention-seeking designer bags when they are traveling and prefer to use them at home or something. And there is nothing wrong with that, but I'm personally the type of person of, when I've spent so much money on my bags, I want to wear them. And I get the most joy out of my bags when I'm wearing them, and especially during vacations. So I want to take nice bags with me when we're traveling, and I'm just then considering which ones and how flashy and where are we going and such. But yeah, so I took this with us to Spain, and then when we were at home, we went to see an outdoor ABBA musical, the Mamma Mia. So I had this one with me there, and that's it. So 4 wears for this one during the whole month. 4 wears also for my Loewe basket bag, and I have to say I'm a bit surprised. I would have expected during a vacation month that I would have used this a bit more, but honestly, I wore this only when we were in Spain. And then when we went to our 2 cottages in the countryside, I decided to be practical and not take this with us, because we were basically at our cottage going to the grocery store or something. So not really something to use this at. So I only ended up using this in Spain. Bummer, but I have used it during the summertime, just not during our vacation. But yeah, 4 wears. My plan was actually to take this kind of freebie Cezanne tote to Spain as the beach bag and such, but I ended up actually finding this from H&M I don't know, a week before we left to our trip, and I thought this is super fun. This was not expensive, maybe 15 euros or such. It has a plastic lining inside, which was really fun when we had wet towels or something like that to put in there. This could fit both mine and my husband's towels, water bottles, books, whatever stuff. So this was really good for that. And I don't know, I kind of liked it. Kind of a nice thing. I don't even remember when I bought a bag from H&M. But yeah, if this is still available, I'll try to find it and link it, but I don't know, because I bought this a few months back. This is coming out in September. I'm filming this August 14th, and I bought this in June. So I'm not entirely certain if it's still available, but I mean, if it is, I'll link it. But this was a really nice beach pool bag, and that's what we wore it at. So when we went to the rooftop pool and then to the beach. So yeah, 4 use times. Moving on to the second most worn bags, and there is 2 of them again, both with 5 wears each. Let's start with this Celine clutch. And honestly, it's kind of funny. 4 out of 5 of the wearing times I had this, it was together with my Loewe basket bag. So I had this in there as kind of a catch-all, as well as with the H&M beach bag. This was the place where we kept our phones and wallets and AirPods and such. Easy to put in to those beach bags. And this is kind of I did probably switch in the morning to the H&M bag, and then in the afternoon used the Loewe and had this in both cases, but during one day just got 1 wear, even though I switched it into different bags. And then 1 out of 5 times I wore it just as it is, as a clutch, when we went to have some breakfast near the seaside, and just I didn't feel like taking anything. We can walk there 5 minutes from our home, so very easy thing to grab and go. But yeah, so 5 wears. And then we have 5 wears for my beautiful birthday present from this year. So the Bottega Veneta mini pouch bag. I took this with us to Spain. So I wore it there in the evenings mainly. I think this is really lovely with summery dresses. It's so pretty. But when we came back and started our cottage countryside section of our vacation as well as a road trip, this stayed home. And this is the portion when we get to the most worn bag of my summer vacation month with 16 times of wear. Here is my Prada re-edition 2005 with this thick nylon guitar, or what is it, canvas strap and chain and such. I'm seeing a pattern here. I feel like this is basically every summer my most used bags, especially during the vacation time. And I did not take this to Spain, but I did take this to our cottages as well as the road trip because this is perfect. I think this is so great when you want to pack super light and not take anything extra. This doesn't weigh anything. It fits all of my essentials, so just what I need, which basically is phone, wallet, keys, lip stuff, whatever, that's it. When we go to the grocery store, or then we did some hiking while we were there. And yeah, I'm the one who brings my Prada bag when we go hiking. That is me. I took this to our road trip. We drove through, we live in the southern parts of Finland, so we threw all the way up north through Lapland and went to Norway. It was so beautiful. So we did some hiking over at Norway and looked at the sceneries, and it was so beautiful. And yes, I had my Prada bag. I mean, I don't know how to say this, but I don't really have any inexpensive bags that would suit that type of thing. I have been thinking actually of buying maybe like a Lululemon, some kind of sporty thing, so that I wouldn't be wearing a Prada bag when we are hiking in the woods, but it worked perfectly. It's super easy to carry crossbody, and then when we were at the cottages or went to like evenings to a restaurant, I can just take the long strap off and carry this under my arm from the chain. I think this is super versatile, and just because of that, this is still one of the most used bags. And I'm kind of bummed that during the summertime especially, this is one of my most used bags because it's black and this is so like wintry in my opinion. Maybe it is with the nylon because this is such a like weatherproof bag. But what can you say? I was being practical and I loved it. So considering like starting from the Dior bag, I wore it once during the month and I wore this 16 times, and the rest were between 4 and 5 times wear each. I feel like I wore quite many of my bags, even though during the month I stayed at home for maybe 5 nights in total. It was all like in between different sections of our vacation. But yeah, I basically wore this bag for 2.5 weeks out of 4. That's what I did. But this is the reason why I got it. This is just like super easy to use, and it might not be the looker of all of my bags, not the prettiest one or something like that, but it's so easy to just grab and go and take it, and it still looks nice, and it has the versatility of either crossbody or with the chain. And it's perfect for those places where I don't want to overpack things. I just want to take the bare minimums. And if I'm actually walking in the countryside to go to the grocery store with not like city clothes, this still works with some kind of athleisure stuff. It's perfect. I'm so happy I got this, especially before all the prices went up. So yeah, here is my most used handbag from summer vacation 2023. Surprised I'm not, but I really hope that maybe something else would bump up this year before this bag. That's it. It was kind of fun to kind of see what I actually was drawn to during the vacation and what I ended up packing when we were not at home to different type of environments. For the Spain trip, I did take technically 5 bags. I don't know if the Celine clutch can be counted as bag, 4 bags. Someone might consider that to be excessive, but I used all of them and I was really happy while there. I had some choices. But then when I got home and we started this kind of countryside road trip section, like, nope, no extra weight. Let's just take one that would work for all. Have you ever done this, like calculated actually what is your most used bag, or do you know by heart already? Because I didn't really expect that I wore the Prada bag so much. But yeah, keeping track makes sense. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.